This is exactly why 98% of golfers pure their irons but slice their driver, and it's all to do with something here right now in this video. So lots of golfers who come and see me at the golf projects or online that suffer with this issue seem to be getting that great compression with the irons. When it comes to their driver, they get that little bit of a heel strike, they do their normal swing, and they see the ball set off a little bit left of target thinking, okay, happy days, this is going to be finishing on the target, but then it continues to curve off way to the right, and for left-handed golfers way off to the left. And the main problem comes all down to one simple downswing mistake that a lot of golfers make that's helping them strike their irons pure but making their driver shots even worse, seeing those slices, and that's what we're going to be looking into changing in this video. So as they get to the top of their swing, they go this way. So what happens is they use that upper body first to start off the golf swing. They get this steeper angle of attack into the golf ball, and that is great for hitting iron shots. It's great for the compression, great for that ball and turf interaction, and seeing those penetrated shots going probably a little bit further because of this as well. But when it comes to the driver, as you're probably already aware, it doesn't work. To stop this, we want to be doing the complete opposite. In simple terms, we just want to be allowing that club to swing a little bit more into out and getting that shallower angle of attack into the golf ball. So we notice when we get very steep, we tend to cut across the ball a little bit too much, and that promotes that left to right curvature. Obviously depending on where the face angle is pointing, of course, but the majority of the time that steep angle of attack and that out to in swing path is going further in that direction as opposed to where that club is pointing. So that's always going to promote a fade to slice ball flight. With the irons, because of shorter clubs, we tend to see that fade. With the driver, the slice. So I want you to think about this for a sec. If I was to take the club like this and place both of my hands either side of the club, and I just let go of the club head here, what's going to happen? The club's going to fall like so. So if we were to force this to take place, and we did that action, what do you think that's going to promote? Well, it's just like us getting to the top of our swing, and rather than letting the club just drop and swinging through, we force the club down in this motion here. And that's the difference between letting the club do the work, as a lot of golf professionals say and coach, in comparison to what a lot of us golfers do, where we force the club and drag the club down and try and get the club into a position, when really it just causes a load of unwanted habits in our golf swing. So the idea is that we want to be letting gravity bring the club back down to make contact with the golf ball. The simple feeling to kick things off is swinging up to the top and letting the weight of the club drop all the way down, feeling like it's dropping nearly to the floor like this here in this position. So I'm just going to come on this camera angle here now from this position, just so you can see what that looks like. I'm going to swing to the top and let the weight of the club just drop. And you can see here no rotation occurring from this position at the moment. So it's as if we've just swung to the top from this angle, and we're keeping that angle all the way up until this position here, where the club sort of reaches parallel to the ground. Left arm is nice and straight, hands are just below my hips. The feeling from there now is to rotate. And you can see from there that squares up the club face quite nicely at impact, but it also improves that angle of attack. So to start that downswing phase, we want to be allowing that lower body to start the downswing, but letting the arms fall. And the thought for this is my lead hip is turning away from the golf ball as opposed to shifting too far forward towards the target. When we get that very sort of steep angle of attack and seeing that driver slice but pure in the irons, we'll tend to get that forward lateral shift into the golf ball as well because of this. So with this combination of allowing that club head to drop on the downswing and turning that lead hip away from the golf ball as opposed to shifting forward, there's something else that we can do just to make sure that we're squaring up that face at impact. And dead simple, if you just take a tee like this here and place it in your glove like so in this point here and wrap it round, making sure it's nice and tight, so the tee is sticking out like so. When you set up at address, that tee peg should be pointing towards your target. The idea is that you're trying to get that tee to point back towards the target. If we feel that extension, that forcing down, you can see where that tee peg is pointing at impact, not so much towards the target, somewhere in that direction there. And the way to think is where that T-peg points at impact is where the golf ball is probably going to start. Allow the club, trust the club to drop down and rotate. And from this position here, you can see now that T-peg is pointing towards the target. The best thing though about this is this suits every single club in the bag. So you can do this with driver, but you can also do this with your irons, your long irons, mid irons, even the low irons if you're wanting to get that one swing that fits all. Feeling that drop, rotating round, and see if I can screw out that club face to improve the ball flight. That felt really good. There you go. Let's try now with the driver. Pressure's on here. That felt really good. So that is in a nutshell why you strike your irons pure but slice your drivers. Go ahead and give this drill a try and comment down below what you would like to see on the channel next.